Yes? But we did it through range, but now we're going to do a stabilization breakout. So we want to test the endurance. So now you're going to say, just slightly pull your chin in. And now you're going to lift your head up off your hands about 1 inch and hold. And now the clock starts. How long am I holding? 2 minutes. So 10 seconds, 10 times, you rest back down. You could do 30 seconds, but that's a little cruel at the neck. Okay? But let's say this is way too easy and you have someone that needs oh yeah. Head down. You have someone that needs a strong level of stability endurance. What could we do to increase the challenge from a stability standpoint? Resistance. How'd you know? So head down. Okay, lift your elbows up a little bit. So this is your elbows. Okay, now put your elbows back where they were. So now you're stabilizing the TheraBand. Okay. Chin in slightly. Wait. Okay, and now start to lift your head up. Good, and hold. See it? Okay, now this turns into a really good stability exercise as well. Come back down. 10 seconds, 10 times, and you would keep it at that dosing. All right, you can increase the resistance for doing that training. Qualitatively, what are we looking for? Smoothness. We don't want to see them crank the splenius. We want splenius, but we want to see a deep muscle firing first, or feel a deep muscle firing first. What else? We don't want a segmental give. As they're holding, when they get to 8 seconds, give us a segmental give, chin poke. That's a segmental give. All right, that's a fail. Okay, come back down. And the shaking, these are the qualitative things that we're looking for. This is your prone 1-inch lift. Okay, and that's what you're seeing in the faded picture on the left. The arms are at the side. It's best to do it in this position. Okay, let's take the band off. Okay, you could also do it in quadruped or 4-point, and you can just come on hands and knees. And drop down a little bit, and now start to lift up, and now hold there, chin in slightly. Now just hold there, and I could add resistance. Right? A lot of times your patient doesn't even need resistance. They're just going to do this for 10 seconds, 10 times, rest back down, make sure they can get to the 2-minute benchmark. Okay, lie on your back. The other one, so that's for the extensors. The flexors is the 1-inch, the supine 1-inch lift. Move towards your feet a little bit, your feet will be off the bed, but you have a little support. Okay, and you could do it on a small towel, just like we did. All right, rest. Now, we did longest coli, and then we did through range. Same starting position, but now we're doing the 1-inch lift stability test. So nod back for me. Back first, nod back. Oh, no, nod backwards. Oh, good. And then nod forward. So we set them up so they're engaged, and now start to lift just 1 inch, keeping the chin in, and hold. It's just a 1-inch lift, and we're looking to see, now keep the chin in, keep the chin in. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and come back down. Nod back. Nod forward. And lift. 1 inch. Right there, and hold. What are we looking for? What's that? Smoothness, and what's happening here? KB's starting to go into a bit of a chin poke and then correcting. Okay, come back down. So the longest coli is fatiguing. It's very different than could the longest coli get up all the way through range, and very different than come up, curl up, hold, don't let me push you down, which is more of a manual muscle test. All right, this is the 1-inch lift endurance test. We do 1 inch and check the endurance there because that's very close to your functional position. So it would be so interesting to see if he gets all the way up here and can he hold it there, but it's not very functional. Right? So that's why we do the 1-inch lift check. Plus, by lifting 1 inch, lift 1 inch, hold. Gravity has its greatest moment arm. So take a note of how difficult that is. And now lift all the way up, chin in, chin in, chin in. Is that easier or harder than the 1 inch? Easier, right? So the 1 inch, come back. The 1 inch lift is your gravity moment arm, the gravity extensor moment is the greatest, and it's close to your functional position. That's why we do it. Okay? So you have a supine 1 inch lift that tests the endurance of the anterior musculature, and you have the prone 1 inch lift that tests the endurance of the posterior musculature. Go for it.